Okay guys, so we're going to start our slacklining unit for this week, and for most of you, we are assuming that most of you have never slacklined before, so this video is basically going to be a general instruction and introduction on how to. So when you get to class tomorrow or the following day, you'll have a good understanding of what we're doing, what it looks like, and what you should be expecting. The slackline itself, as you see, it's not a tight rope. It's very flat and it's wide, 2 inches wide, and it's very, very tight. So we as PE teachers, we are going to be the ones that actually set this up. The students will not be setting this up. We will be setting it up, making sure it's nice and safe and secure. As well, we will also be taking it down. So the students, you guys will not have to worry about any of that setup. Once it's set up, it's going to be at a height where it's not going to be too high, roughly about 20, 22 inches, where most students can kind of straddle it like this. And so how we are going to first get on top of it is you're going to get as close as we can to the line as possible. Now you'll see that this leg is actually very close to the line. It's almost touching. I don't want my leg far out like this, because once I begin to step up, I'm going to step up and fall over this side. So from here, we'll go, and I'm going to just simply, and when I step up, my goal is to hop off of the foot that's on the ground, not push with the leg that's on the line. Because if I push, you'll see it gets really wobbly. So I want to push off the ground, hop up. And as I do, when you normally want to balance on something, most people tend to bring their arms out to the side. When we get on the line, what we want to do is bring our hands right up above us, just like this, kind of like where our elbows are in line with our ear. So when we get up, we stand up, this is how we're going to actually balance. Our hands will move to the side like this, and our hips will move. That's going to create that counterbalance to help us stay on the line. So when we step up onto the line, get nice and close, get my hands up, I'm going to hop off the leg that's on the ground. When I get up, I'm going to balance. Now my hands are going to allow me to counterbalance me just like this. You'll see my other leg is off the line as well. This allows for me to counterbalance as well. So now I got three things, both arms and one leg able to counterbalance and keeping me on the line. When you get up, we want to make sure that you balance on one leg first. This is what we're going to practice. You balance on one leg first, then we could begin to walk. Walking will come later. So we can say, count to 3 seconds on one leg, then step forward onto the next leg and balance on that leg. So we're going to balance on each leg, and that's how we're going to walk. So it's nice and slow. We are not going to run across to this line. That's where a lot of injuries can happen. As well, where our feet are placed. We want our feet placed straight ahead like this as we go down the line. We do not want your feet going to the side like this. For a lot of skateboarders or surfers, this is how you're going to want to stand. But when you're on a slack line, this is the most effective way and safest way to actually stand. What do you keep saying? All right, stop. Okay, so when you're on the line as well, when we begin to balance on that one leg or begin to walk, our focus now is going to be on the tree in front of us. If I look down, the line is going to be moving, my foot's going to be moving, so that's going to be very difficult for me to begin to balance by focusing on something that's moving. We want to look at the tree in front of us. We call it our Jesus tree because Jesus never moves in our life. Though life may move around us, Jesus never moves. So we're looking at our Jesus tree because the tree is not going to move. Find a spot on that tree, stay locked onto it, hands above, you're balancing on one foot, and you're counterbalancing with your leg and with your hands. Again, it's a slow walk. We're not looking to run and see how far we can get on the line. The goal with slacklining is how long can you stay on it. So even if you stay in the same area on one leg, but you stay on for a very long time, that's successful. Now when you do come off, say you lose your balance or you even just want to finish, the way we will get off is when we're up, we're going to come up and we're going to step off. So I may come here, I'll step off into this and I'll just kind of walk off. I'm not going to jump off or see how far I can jump or how high I can jump because it does kind of act like a trampoline. So we will not let you guys be jumping or doing anything like that. That's it, that gets dangerous. Also, the first day that we're going to be slacklining, you will have a partner. So you'll be walking, you'll be on the line, you can have one hand up and one hand on your partner and walking nice and slow, just to give you a feel for the first day of what it feels like to be on it, just how squirrely that line can get. Then after day one, on day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, we'll give you the opportunity to begin to walk on your own. If you still need a spotter on day 2 or day 3, you're more than welcome to have that spotter. We're not going to require you to be just going alone, but eventually by the end of the week, we want you to be going on your own. On the line, one person at a time. We cannot have 2 people going on a line at a time. Very unsafe, because one person's moving that line and it's going to shake the line from underneath the other person. So we want to keep them nice and safe, one person. We'll have 4 lines set up amongst the trees, so we'll have plenty of opportunity with small lines on each one of those lines. So after you've watched all this, go ahead and fill out your sheet of paper, answering the questions, making sure that you understand what we expect of you, and when you get on the line, what we're expecting of you as far as the technique as well as how to stay safe.